Sir Mike Penning.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. Can I speak to the amendments, particularly the amendments that, in good faith, I think the opposition front bench have put down, but I think there are issues with them. I think if we are looking at this as a nation, and if we're honest about why there's been so little exploitation or no exporting of live animals, that was public opinion that made that happen. That's what happened to stop it at Dover and some of the smaller ports. I had the honour of being a researcher for the late and departed Sir Teddy Taylor, former MP for Rochford and Southend East, who amongst many things actually campaigned so hard to ban the live export of animals. And before I came into this House, as Madam Speaker might know, I did a little bit of journalism amongst many other things, and we followed lorries like the honourable gentleman has done as journalists down to Italy, believe it or not, without them being stopped for fodder or for water. So I get where this is absolutely coming from, but to ask the House now to pick on animals that might sometime in the future be moved for fattening and for slaughter, like llamas or like deer, I think is actually stretching the imagination of what this could be for. This place is for debating. The front bench disagree with me? Absolutely get that. But this is what I'm sent here to do, to actually express a view. I have major problems in our forestry with deer. Not just muntjac, but other deer. To such an extent, some of our farmers are going to give up their leases to actually farm some of the land which is National Trust land. That's where they're telling me this, so it's not viable. But we're not going to export those deer. We're not going to be sent across for fattening. Llamas are not going to be sent down for fattening and for slaughter. This is targeted at an industry, and I have every sympathy with my little friends in Northern, and I know exactly where they're coming from this. But whether or not it's going to be financially viable for the wholesalers, which is normally who's involved, to take, say for instance, cattle from the province into the Republic and then send them on that huge seaway. The cost effective of doing that probably is going to be, it just isn't going to happen. But that's not what we're sent here to do. We're sent here to protect, not be viable about money. We're sent here to protect. This bill is important. Yes, I would like to have seen it earlier. I think we all would have done that. It was a manifesto commitment, so I stood on, and I actually think manifesto commitments are quite important. But I also don't think we can divide this Parliament, this sovereign Parliament, those duties to, for instance, the Scottish Assembly or the Scottish Parliament or to the Welsh. I just don't think that's right. This is for this country to set what is right and wrong in those international obligations. I agree.
He says it's unlikely that with the closure of the land bridge it'll make it less commercial for animals to be exported that way. This is a response I had from the Agriculture Minister in Northern Ireland, talking about the export of animals from Northern Ireland via Dublin and then on to Le Havre or Rosslare and on to Le Havre. And as we said, any analysis by my officials has shown that calves exported from Northern Ireland via the Republic of Ireland, Port Dublin or Rosslare, are rested on a truck in the Irish Republic for at least 1 hour before sailing to France. It has not been considered necessary to date to feed the calves during this rest period to achieve compliance with EU regulations. It was happening before this legislation. It has closed one route, i.e. the land bridge, and is likely to lead to even greater suffering, and the EU regulations and the department officials don't even consider it cruel to rest the animals for 1 hour and send them on a 24-hour boat journey without any food.
Madam Chair, this House thinks it's cruel, and that's why we're going to change this legislation today. What our European friends do, frankly, now we're out of there, is down to them. We can talk to them, be friends with them, do lots of things with them, but actually we don't have to do what they tell us to do anymore, and that is, I think, is quite crucial. There is one amendment that if the opposition benches had to put down, or the government wanted to put down, that I'd be the first one, or even telling on it this evening, Madam Chair, and that's foie gras. Because I cannot understand and I said this at second reading, and we're talking about amendments that should be on the order paper. Why on earth is something banned in this country because it's cruel to be produced, and we allow it to be imported into this country and sold in this country? That is a mistake in the bill, and I'm sure there's amendments that may be tabled in the other house. I'm sure if these amendments were tabled in this house, it would be done. But to me, those are the amendments that should be, and perhaps I'll speak a bit more at third reading, Madam Chair.